Gentlemen, you know my next guest tonight as Scotty from the television classic Star Trek. He's written this book, Beam Me Up, Scotty. It's a real pleasure having him on the show. Please welcome James Doohan. Thanks so much for coming.
That's a great pleasure to be here because, you know, since I got satellite, I can watch you at about 8:30 at night.
What? That's cheating.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Our audience...
I'm not going to stay up that late.
Okay. We like our audience to be sort of half asleep. Then they miss the horrible gaffes that go on regularly. You know what I was shocked to learn? I was shocked, and of course, I knew this, found this out a couple of years ago, but you're not Scottish. You're not Scottish.
I'm half Scottish.
But you don't have the Scottish accent. The Scottish accent was an acting choice that you made. Is that right?
That's right.
You went in there...
I did about 8 different accents for Star Trek when they asked me to read for them. And then because I had only done a Scottish accent once before, and that was on one episode of Hazel. And, you know...
Where you also played the engineer of an intergalactic starship. I remember that episode.
Oh, something about that, you know.
Yeah, right. So, have you ever thought to yourself how your career would have been different if, say, you had gone with a different voice for Scotty? If you had...
It would have been different. There's no doubt about that. You want a little rundown on that?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you what. You know, supposing that when they picked a different accent, and when Captain Kirk calls down to engineering and says, "Give me warp 12," instead of hearing the familiar, "Warp 12, Captain, you know my engines just can't take that." Instead of that, you hear, "C." or you...
It's just not the same.
or you hear, "Oi, Dave, what is this warp 12 business? I can get you 3 4s or 4 3s. I can get 11 for your wholesale." What's the matter? You don't like that? Oh, we have. Captain, you are playing with me, huh?
I like that guy.
Yeah.
That's so...
And also I noticed that on the last planet you did not get the girl. You should have come to Lucky Pierre. Or we have, "Captain, are you calling me on the side of your phone?"
Oh.
You know what?
Oh,
Warp 12? Oh, Captain, no, Confucius say Warp 12 is not good. Warp 13 is even worse.
Oh.
Or you have, you be Kirk, eh? Young Kirk. Well, sir, I'll see you hanging from the highest yardarm
Wait a
in Starfleet.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I didn't know pirates were an ethnic choice. When did they become an ethnic group?
Well, we have
We're
them
going
in
to get
upper
so many
space.
letters from pirates now.
I got one more. I got one more for you.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Reggie would be his name, and he would answer the captain something like this: "I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I can't seem to get the little buggers to move any faster."
I like him, too.
Yeah, I like him, too.
The pirate, though, is my favorite. Now, I got to ask you about something. I got to mention this. I was flipping through the book today. There's barely a mention of William Shatner in this book.
Yeah,
There's not much of a mention
that was by design.
Yeah, well, let's talk about this for a minute. We had George Takei on the show.
Yeah?
Sulu. And he was on the show, and he just went on a tear about William Shatner. He went off on William Shatner about how he and William Shatner didn't get along. It's like William Shatner this, William Shatner that. And I was wondering, he didn't really get much of a mention in your book either. What's the deal with him?
Well, the whole thing is that George was right. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. Okay?
All right.
Count on George.
All right.
Okay?
So all you have to say is ditto to what George said.
Ditto to George, right? Yeah, George did it very well.
All right, okay. The Star Trek conventions. these things, I don't think people realize how intense some of these fans are. Have you met any of the fans at the Star Trek conventions who have gone maybe even further than some of the others in their weird obsession with the cast?
There was a young fella at the Americana Hotel in this town of about 13, 14 years ago. He came up to me and when I was waiting at an elevator and a lot of civilians were there, and he says, "Can I get a sample of your blood?"
He wanted blood?
Blood. And he had stuff available, you know. And
is he going to grow his own cast? I mean, what does he want to do?
No, I told him, I said, "Son, only under the strictest medical supervision would I allow you to do that, you know." "Oh, well, you know, I've done 250 people, and the civilians are looking at me like, you know."
Was he just going after the Star Trek cast, or was he going after just random people in general?
Going after me. Just going after me.
Oh, okay.
And everything else. I met him about 12 years later at the university that he was going to, and he told me about it, and I looked at him and I said, "Yeah, you're the guy." And
he was there with a much younger-looking Leonard Nimoy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
14-year-old Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, right.
It works, I tell you. All right, the book is called Beam Me Up, Scotty, and it's all the stories are in there. And also you got another book, blah, blah, blah.
Fiction.
Drinking again on the air. And, of course, you've got The Rising, which is your book of fiction.
Yeah, it's about a flight engineer away in space. And it's beautiful.
All right. Check it out. Check it out. And add to your growing Doohan library. Thank you very much, Mr. Doohan.
Real great pleasure.
Thanks for being here. James Doohan, everybody. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Stick around. Hey, everybody. That's our show for the night. Thanks a lot for being here. I want to thank all my guests. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow.